Hi, this is Ken Kaplan from Kaplan Cycles on site at the New England Motorcycle Museum. I'm going to give you a quick demo of this absolutely gorgeous 1978 750K. Hop on, Kenny, we'll go for a ride. This bike has only 9,171 owners. It's a 2-owner bike, absolutely mint original condition. We just went through the bike top to bottom, front to back. I have over $4,000 invested in parts and labor into the mechanical restoration of the bike, and I'll go over everything that was done to it with you when we go inside on the work order. But I want to give you a quick demo, riding demo of it. So without further ado, let it rip. Fast, super smooth, notoriously reliable, and a fantastic investment. Not much more you can ask for in a vintage bike. And after riding this, you can see why Harley Davidson, Triumph, and BSA all almost went out of business in the 70s, because these Hondas are off the hook. This bike has been completely gone through by our lead technician at the New England Motorcycle Museum, who's won multiple trophy show award-winning bikes that are on display in the Antique Motorcycle Club of America's museums. We've set records with the prices his bikes have bought. This one here, we did not do a cosmetic restoration. It's all original, just mechanically it's been gone through. And with low miles, it really didn't need much. We went through the bike front to back. It's got new tires, the carbs were rebuilt, roughly 33 hours of labor, mechanical labor and detail labor cleaning the bike up. We'll bring it inside and I'll go over all that with you in a minute. But it handles great, stops great, and it needs nothing but a new home. So let's bring it inside. We'll go over the work order. I'm glad the weather turned for the better. It was raining here an hour or so ago, and I didn't think I'd be able to test ride it. But to really appreciate this bike, you have to ride it. It's a fantastic super bike from the 70s. Classic status. This is one of the last years of the vintage body style, the 78. It's super comfortable. My son's on the back doing the video. He's 210 pounds, I'm 230. Even with 450 on it, this thing a motor. And they're great bikes for on the highway or around town. They're light and nimble, not like a Goldwing. It's unlike the Goldwing, you can take this thing 1,000 miles a day and be comfortable. But if you want to go sport riding on it, they make great sport bikes. And they're a good city bike too. So very, very, very versatile, classic motorcycle. In 12 weeks, it'll be 40 years old. So this was the 9th year of the 750K Honda. 69 was the first year, and the 10th anniversary was the 79. And this engine is so smooth. It's like a Rolex timepiece, tuned to perfection by the best in the industry. And he had a lot to work with to start with. The bike's low miles and in mint shape. So let's bring her in. We'll go over everything with you on it. I guess we'll demo the lights and everything when we get inside. Listen to the exhaust note on this thing. Person or kitten until you open it wide up, and then it's all the lights work beautifully on it. The turn signals. Running lights. Brake light. High beam, low beam, the horn. Traditional Honda quality, which means it's pretty much bulletproof. This bike is an electric start bike, but it does have a kick start in case you have any issues with your battery, leave the light on, which we actually do that today here. We left the light on a Harley Davidson, killed the battery. You can kickstart this thing. So it's a fantastic bike. And look at the fit and finish of this machine. Hondas are famous for their fit and finish. This one has the original HM405 Honda 4x4 exhaust system, original shocks, original everything except for the tires and the items I'm going to go over with you in a minute, all the expendables. So let me go over everything we did with the bike. The first thing we did is we inspected the fuel in the fuel tank and the petcock operation. The tank was good and clean, cleaner than they normally come in. The float bowl was drained to inspect the fuel condition. Everything looked good there. We performed a cylinder compression test. It was 170 and 165 and 165 and 160. So the compression was a little bit off in a couple cylinders because the valves needed to be adjusted. So we adjusted the valve clearance to 0.002 thousandths on the intake and 0.003 on the exhaust. The valves were a little tight. They probably hadn't been adjusted before. We rechecked the compression, and it's 170 psi across the board. So this engine is like a brand new motor. It only has 9,000 miles on it. We put 4 brand new spark plugs in it. We inspected the ignition system, tested the coils, the primary and the secondary resistance. Everything was normal. We tested the 4 plug caps. 2 of them were not up to par, so we replaced all 4 plug caps along with the 4 plugs. We removed the breaker plate assembly and timing advancer to clean and lubricate the advancer, clean the points and the felt, set the point gap and the ignition timing. And then we took the tire fuel system apart. The gas tank came off. The carburetors came out. The airbox came off. The air filter came out. Installed a brand new air filter and new airbox nuts. And we took the parts, the carburetors completely apart, completely disassembled. We separated all 4 carbs. There's the right way and a wrong way to do it. To do it right, you have to separate all 4 carbs and completely dismantle them, which was done. We cleaned and replaced the carburetors in our hydrosonic carb cleaning tank and then finished by hand cleaning them. We replaced all the O-rings and the accelerator pump diaphragm and the gaskets, which is a very, very time-consuming separation. Actually, the technician, and you can get a copy of this, it's a very he highlighted time-consuming separation. So the carburetors were completely gone through by the best in the business, reassembled, and the bike was, tank was cleaned out, the fuel petcock was cleaned out, a new fuel line was installed, all new gaskets on the car, complete carbon build kit, new jets, everything, air filter, and it was reassembled. The bike was started, a brand new battery was installed also, and then the bike was started, and the fresh fuel, and the carburetors were synchronized. That's key. You can't just clean the carbs, they have to be professionally synchronized. That's why this thing pulls like a freight train, because it was set up by the best in the business. It's tuned to perfection. It takes off like a rocket.
How many of these has he done?
Oh my God, hundreds. Mark's done. This is not, Mark's almost 60 years old. He's been doing these since he was a kid, and probably doing them with his eyes clean, but even he put down time-consuming separation. So the carbs were done right. Then he went on, once the engine was completely sorted out, all the fluids were changed, everything's 100% on the motor. He went to the brake system. He disassembled the front caliper to clean, installed a new piston seal and new fluid, flushed and bled the master cylinder, adjusted the caliper, pivot screw, and the lock nut, which most people don't know what that is, if you don't know how to do it right. It's like not, it's done right. The headlamp was removed, and a ground repair terminal was done at the bulb assembly. He disassembled the left switch assembly to clean the horn button contacts, adjust the horn tone, screw and lock nut. There's actually a horn tone screw on it, and clean the terminals. Change the engine oil and filter, lube and adjusted the drive chain, set the tire pressures. The tires, by the way, are brand new. These are brand new Bridgestone Battle Axe tires. They handle like they train much better than the original equipment tires. It had the original tires on it, and then brand new tires were installed because the other ones were dry rotted and worn a little bit. So, like I said earlier, the cars were synchronized. The mixture screw adjustment was set, and the idle speed was set. He also confirmed the charging system output is perfect. So all those signals, everything was gone through, and then it was test ridden. And let me tell you, it runs like a bear. Until you've ridden one of these vintage Honda 750Ks, one that's been thoroughly sorted out by someone of the caliber of Mark, it's hard to appreciate how good they really are. The seating position, the comfort of the seat, where the pegs are, where the bars are, these are well thought out by Japanese engineers. And this bike was the 9th year of the 750K. This is the last year of the vintage looking body style. They went to a more modern body style in 79 and 80. And in my opinion, it's probably the epitome of the model. So the bike front to back has been thoroughly gone through. It's in mint condition. It's an original paint survivor. By that I mean it has never been repainted or abused. Looking at the tack and speedo, they're in perfect condition. The front headlamp is in perfect condition. The brackets for the headlamp are perfectly straight. The front turn signals are perfectly straight. There's a little bit of patina on the chrome on the front fender, as you can see, is pitting or peeling. You'd probably want to have the front fender re-chromed or just leave it alone. Doesn't matter, you know, it's up to you. The front wheel is in excellent condition, as is the front caliper, brake, and rotor, which were completely rebuilt. The frame paint looks excellent. The handlebars are beautiful. The grips and mirrors are in excellent condition. These, I want to add, these are the original Honda Motor Company mirrors, which are almost 40 years old. They're 40 years old and they're flawless. The brake and clutch lever, the original brake and clutch lever, they're in mint condition. Tank is beautiful. Paint job is beautiful. There's one little ding on the tank on this side right here underneath the O, which is really not noticeable unless you're looking for it. It's a beauty mark that you don't really see unless you're looking for it. Seat is beautiful. Matter of fact, the seat's in pretty much perfect condition. I don't see any issues with the seat whatsoever. Underneath the seat is like brand new condition. Brand new battery, everything's beautiful. The original seat pan's perfect. Chrome on the seat's beautiful. The wiring is typical Honda quality, which is to say impeccable. Something that's bordering on aircraft quality, the wiring that they put in these bikes. Side covers are beautiful. Original shocks are in great shape. Rear chrome and swing arm on the wheel is good. The original exhaust system had a patch put on it. There was a rust issue.
I don't think it's on that side.
Yeah, there's a little tiny rust. It's not all the way through, but there's some surface rust here. They're in good condition. There's a couple little dings on the pipes. The engine is gorgeous. Original paint is pitting in a couple spots or peeling. It wasn't repainted. It's original. The original engine cover, chrome, is beautiful. It has engine guards. The header pipes are beautiful. Just a fantastic motorcycle. Turn signals are nice and straight. Coming around this side here, this is a part where it had a patch where it bubbled up right here. These were notorious for having an issue with rust in this spot. This was patched. So they're definitely usable set of pipes. They're not perfect, but they're in good condition. So they look beautiful. They sound fantastic, and the thing pulls like a freight train with the stock pipes. The Honda engineers did it right. If you have any questions, it's got the beautiful 754K button. If you have any questions about this bike, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Like I said, we invested $3,500 into the bike in parts and labor, plus the tires and brakes. Close to $4,000 was just invested in the bike. Brand new battery, everything's done. All it needs is a new home. So if you want a classic Japanese motorcycle that's going up in value, that's going to be bulletproof for another 40 years, this is your bike. If you want a bike you can ride every day, this is your bike. If you want one just to put in your living room and look at or put in the museum, buy this bike. So hope it goes a great home for someone who can appreciate how much time and effort goes into sorting one out to perfection, one that's 40 years old. So good luck bidding on the bike. I'm going to drive it into the museum, put it on display for the next week or two until it finds a new home. I'm sure it'll go quick, so don't miss the opportunity. Good luck bidding on it. God bless Japan for building kick-ass bikes, and God bless America.